Hello everybody once again, this is Aqua Kazoo. Welcome back to another Maple Story video. Not just any video, but a Maple Story Beyond video. So today, we are going to be taking a look at the 5th drop skill for Shadower in Beyond, also known as Eviscerate. Alright, I've actually gotten my Eviscerate to level 25 with that whooping 3800% damage 7 times. Okay, I'm going to be sharing with you how Eviscerate works in its current state and form, but just to let you guys know, Eviscerate is actually changed in Korean MapleStory, and obviously right now, for those who are confused, I have someone actually posting a comment on YouTube in my honor reset video to ask me to explain what Eviscerate actually does or how it works, which is what I'm going to do today. But just know that it will be very likely changed in the future because of reasons why I'll mention later on when I'm showcasing the skill in Chaos Von Bond. Okay, but before we actually get to showcasing Eviscerate, let me just share with you guys how I actually got my Eviscerate to level 25. Aside from the fact that I saved a bunch of cores, I actually prepared 2060 core gemstones saved up from farming before, Beyond is out. And now that Beyond is out, I've actually spent about 4 to 5 hours of my live stream opening and assembling cores and crafting cores before I made this video. It's actually 2:43 AM right now and I just finished my stream. Okay, so if you want to be efficient with your core pieces, what you need to do is you need to have around 1.5k to 1.6k gemstones prepared if you want to level your decent holy symbol to level 25, your new beyond basic 5th drop skill to 25. In my case, it's ultimate dark side, and last but not the least, which is actually supposed to be the first one that you would level to 25, your beyond 5th drop skill, which in my case is Eviscerate. So what you don't want to do is open 100 cores, assemble 100 cores, and then craft from there. You want to open all the way to around 1.5k cores, core gemstones, and then from all the core gemstones, the core pieces that you get from opening those core gemstones, and then when you do open them, you will definitely get your 5th drop skill, you will definitely get 1 or 2 decent holy symbol, you will definitely get your basic 5th drop skill, in my case ultimate dark side. To give you an idea, my Eviscerate was level 11, my decent holy symbol was level 6, and my ultimate dark side was level 8 when I opened around 1,840 core pieces. But you can see I have 4,000 spare core pieces here, which means I've actually opened an addition of around 400 core pieces, which I don't need to, which obviously means that you just need around 1.5k, 1.6k core gemstones to open to be able to do this, and you still have left over. So when you open core pieces, you get the skill or the core that you need. You actually save yourself 130 core pieces potentially, because one grey border core piece, when you disassemble it, you only get 10 core pieces. When you disassemble a blue border core gemstone, you get 40 core pieces, and the purple border ones you get 50. But when you craft, you spend 140 core pieces. So as much as possible, you want to make sure that when you open core gemstones, we know that you're definitely going to get your 5th drop skill already. You want to minimize using 140 core pieces to craft. You will save yourself a lot of core pieces, and you will be efficient with your core pieces when you do that. So just to let you guys know how to be efficient in leveling your new skills to level 25. Okay, so now back to Eviscerate real quick, alright? So Eviscerate is very interesting right now in its first form. It will have its second form in the near future, but today we will focus on the first form. You can actually use it as an AoE skill, and you can use it as a single target skill. So what you do in a single target skill is that if you are attacked in that 1 second window where your talisman is shown, I'm going to show you with the lantern that's chasing me right now. Alright, if you time it right like this, look, you will teleport behind the target and you will unleash devastating damage to the target that you are countering. So how devastating, right? Let me get some, let me end this first. Let me get my coin flip buff as a shadower first. 5 stacks, alright. And let's get the final one. Alright, 5 stacks here. Okay. Get our decent sharp eyes. Alright, so begin analysis. And look. Okay, I messed up. That was the AoE version of the skill, but yes, you can see it didn't quite connect to be AoE. I'll explain why again, but 10 seconds cooldown is really short. Alright. I was wondering which Joyful Earth does want to counter, but here we go. Let's wait for the next splash. Alright, we countered. I actually have to reset it. You can't actually see the right damage, so let's redo that again. Don't worry, real quick, 10 seconds here. Apologies for filling. Alright, so here we go. We counter. Okay, so there's one very interesting thing about Eviscerate that I don't quite get. So if someone tells me how you actually can proc the single target in the AoE version of the skill consistently, you can let me know in the comments, alright? But single target version of the skill hits about 4.9B, 5B for me, alright? Let me try that again. I just want to show you guys how much damage you can do, but just know that because I'm in Arcane River Nimbus Village, you know, don't forget the arcane bonus damage, so I don't actually hit this hard. So about 4.6 billion, alright? 4.6 billion. It's actually, you know, you see the million, right? And then there's a K, so another 3 zeros behind. So about 4.6 billion for the single target in, you know, on Joyful Earth. And if you want to use the AoE skill, it actually works like refraction from Luminous. It actually connects from one of the monsters, and then you'll try to connect with other monsters that you can find within its range of connectivity, if that makes sense to you. Let me just show you guys like this. You can see that it seems like it's an AoE skill like Sudden Raid, right? So if you look at Sudden Raid, you attack top, middle, and bottom. See, top, middle, bottom monsters will die. But that's not the case for Eviscerate. Let me show you, okay? So if I actually use it here, you can see it doesn't connect beyond these two targets because you cannot actually find targets to connect. You realize that I cast it around here, but the targets on top in this upper platform didn't actually get connected with the AoE. Like, okay, I think like this over here. It's not easy because if you actually proc, yeah, you can see it actually didn't go up. So that's one of the limitations of the Eviscerate for its AoE version right now. And the second limitation is that you actually kind of need to stay away from the targets. Because if you get hit while, you know, during the, you know, the window where you show the talisman, you will actually do the single target version of the skill instead of the AoE. Yeah, but you can see it connected from the bottom and it slowly went up. That's what I mean. It actually works like the luminous refraction. So that's Eviscerate, you know, being showcased here. Doesn't look really fancy if you look at, you know, Dual Blades Karma, or they call it Fury, I think. That one is like, you know, but the thing about that skill for Dual Blades is that Dual Blades actually don't have a very good AoE skill. So this is what I like about the MapleStory Beyond, you know, second, fifth drop skill per se, is that they accentuate what your class already have, or if your class have a certain weakness or something that your class don't have. I would say for most classes, the second, fifth drop skill or the Beyond fifth drop skill actually helps to, you know, accentuate and make your class more complete. In the case of Shadowers, you know, if you compare it to Dual Blades, if you compare it to Night Lords especially, those classes most people would say are better at bossing compared to Shadowers right now. But with Eviscerate and with Ultimate Dark Side, which is more beneficial to the Shadowers, you know, you can see that the tables have been turned and the Thief classes are now closer and being balanced among each other, and it's going to be up to you to decide which of the Thief class, you know, which of the Explorer Thief class that you enjoy to actually, you know, play. So right now we're going to do Chaos Von Bond to show you guys how amazing Eviscerate is. I think it's a very good boss to showcase that. Why? Because Chaos Von Bond has a projectile, you know what I'm saying? And that projectile can be countered by Eviscerate. So essentially Eviscerate allows you to survive and counter a lethal attack every 10 seconds. Alright, so you know, Von Bond has a projectile, and that's not all. He has the dunk as well, where he slams to the ground, right? That's also lethal. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do Chaos Von Bond, and yeah, I'm gonna showcase to you how much damage it is. And yeah, so I actually accidentally used my Eviscerate by mistake, so we're gonna chill first. Alright, so Eviscerate will be up, and you can see the projectile is so far away. You time it right, you counter, and you straight away teleport behind the target. And it's not just that, you actually have iframe when you teleport behind a target. So sometimes when you realize that I teleport behind a target, just like now. He'll try to hammer me, look. He'll try to hammer me, look. He didn't get me. Usually you'll get stunned by the attack, and you'll actually lose about 90% of the HP. So, one thing to know about Eviscerate, when you do your counter attack, alright, you actually have iframe. So you don't really have to worry about, you know, getting hit after that. As you can see, I forgot to begin my analysis. Alright. But we have been hitting about 4.5 billion. So about 5 billion damage so far. We're gonna counter that. And you can see, wait, what's missing here? Actually only did 3.7 billion. Oh, I think I know why. Because my dark side, my advanced dark side is actually over. So yeah. So teleport over here. Just to show you how far this goes to. There we go. And again, iframes. So I don't actually get hit. He actually lost. Look at him. We have done about 8.3 billion damage just with Eviscerate. Actually more from the beginning, just that I didn't on the, you know, the better statistics. So come on, fire at me, bro. Fire at me. And that's one of my favorite sound effects of the game. When I heard it, I knew I had to play this class. Eviscerate is essentially the skill that caused me to change from my DA to play a Shadower. Alright, so that's the dunking skill. So usually you don't really want to use Eviscerate to counter dunking skill, but you know, for the lulls, I'm going to show you guys. Alright, and one thing you need to take note is that the timing is actually very important as well. So timing, there we go. So I countered that and it feels amazing. So essentially, Eviscerate allows you to have a skill that has 10 seconds cooldown that can be used to counter lethal attacks and damage every 10 seconds. I think I just repeated the 10 seconds, you know, but you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, you are able to dodge a lethal attack every 10 seconds. You want to make sure that you keep in mind that you're looking at the boss. Because sometimes, you know, I have too much fun, and I actually, you know, in my trial runs, I actually died. And the reason why I died is because I had too much fun, and when I actually eviscerate to the other side, when I was trying to counter a projectile, the boss actually used the dunk. And I couldn't see because he was at the other side of the map. Which is hilarious. Yep. Which is hilarious. So I counter this again. Hit my dunk. Again, you can see he tried to hammer me, but I got iframes. But essentially, you know, we are just using Eviscerate to do most of our damage. And yeah, essentially Lv25 Eviscerate versus Chaos Bonbon, as you can see. And it's already down to, look at that, 40% HP. We have 5 minutes of the timer left, but we are good. No worries. It's gonna dunk. Okay, this time, see, that's the problem. When you actually want to counter Eviscerate with Eviscerate against the dunk, you can see I actually didn't manage to get up in time to press my skill. So that's why sometimes you get caught at unfortunate timings. And because you are too focused into trying to counter, and this time I managed to counter, you know, that you end up getting yourself killed because you're just trying to have fun, you know. I was trying to have some fun there. Okay, let's get our buffs up again. Counter. Yep, okay, so let me get my shadow partner. So this thing actually, this place actually deals a lot of damage to you. But if you use your dark side, you reduce it by a decent amount, if I'm not wrong. Because of how it actually counters HP based attacks, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, pro shadowers, I'm not a pro shadower, alright, I'm a scrub. I actually died to a dunk, even with Eviscerate. This is bad, man. But it's for the lulls, because we can hear the ding 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 ding. It's good. It's good. Oh, that was close. That was really close. That was like reflex right there. I would have died. I would have died. Alright, fun time's over, Chaos Bonbon, alright? Time to finish this. Time to finish this. Waiting for him to dunk. Okay, he didn't dunk. That's cool, that's cool. Oh wait, he actually doesn't reduce the damage. I'm still taking 7.5k. Is it because I'm... Oh, I think it's smoke screen. Yeah, I think it's smoke screen. Yeah, I'm not gonna take the risk this time. I don't want to die. It's embarrassing. So usually when I do Chaos Bonbon, what I'll do now is that I'll wait for the next portal, and then after this I'll try and bind him and kill him. He's at about... So we're gonna dunk now. Dunk, I think. No. Counter it. He's good. Alright, so we are gonna be able to... So I think I was wrong. I hate this place because, you know... Alright. Let's find him. So now you see the problem with Eviscerate. Notice I can't use Eviscerate right now because the AoE version of the skill is not that good. And Eviscerate the end off. Fitting, my friends, fitting. But as you can see, when I'm actually like I have to cancel my advanced upside. As you can see, a problem with Eviscerate is that you are reactive. But what if you don't have anything to react to? You see the problem now? And if you take a quick look at the better analysis here, look. I mean, we just used Eviscerate mostly, you know, even though we could have killed him a lot faster, but the damage of Eviscerate is significant. For sure. Alright. And what I'm trying to say to continue, I don't like to be in Chaos Abyss. The song is too easy. Sorry if you had to listen to the Chaos Bonbon music for a while. But my point is that the problem with Eviscerate in its current form right now, which is probably why it's changed in the future, is that it is reactive. So sometimes the Eviscerate will be off cooldown, you know, it's ready, you're ready to pack the punch, you know, do your damage, but the boss is not using a damaging skill for you to be able to counter. So in the case of Chaos Bonbon, it's good because it's always attacking you, but there will be certain bosses where you will not be able to use. For example, if you bind a target, then your Eviscerate is useless. And the thing about MapleStory right now is that a lot of bosses and a lot of things that people do, you know, at the higher range is that they bind and then they try to burst it down as fast as possible, right? Except for Lucid, I think, you know, for Damien, Lotus, there will definitely be a bind phased. And the problem with Eviscerate in its current form is that you cannot actually use a single target version of the skill as and when you want. You always have to use it as a counter skill. So what exactly is the second form of Eviscerate that has changed the future? What they have done is to make it a lot better in the sense that you know, or rather the developers know, that Assassinate is the main bossing skill for Shadowverse. So you'll always be using Assassinates, correct? So what they have done is that they have made Eviscerate in the future, but it's probably going to stay this way for a month or so, or probably longer. I'm not too sure when the change is going to come, but it is definitely going to be changed. Is that you have to stack 3 Assassinates on them. If you notice, there's the first animation of Assassinate and then, you know, the dunking motion. So you have to stack 3 of the dunking motions for Assassinate, and every dunk will have a debuff number on the target that you just hit. So you have to stack it to 3 times, which means 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you can actually use Eviscerate actively. So imagine I 1, 2, 3 on C-Val, right? And let's say, you know, he barrels and he appears, let's say here, you can actually activate your Eviscerate here and you actually zoom to him. So you will no longer use Eviscerate in a reactive way. Which means right now if a target is actually bind, you 1, 2, 3, and then ding 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 ding, you can actually use Eviscerate even if a target is not attacking you. You see what I mean right now? And the thing about MapleStory is you always want to be on the offense. You always want to ramp up the damage per second. You want to ramp up the damage per minute. So the current form of Eviscerate, while it is really good in the sense, I love it because you can actually have a 10-second skill, 10 seconds cooldown skill that you can use to outplay the boss mechanic. And you can avoid lethal damage every 10 seconds. That's actually quite overpowered if you actually think about it. That's the first thing. Maybe that's why it's changed. It's a bit OP. Every 10 seconds you can actually avoid lethal damage. I don't think many classes actually have that survivability and that choice to be able to avoid lethal damage every 10 seconds. And the second thing is that if a boss doesn't actually attack you, or when the target is being binded, you cannot actually make use of this beautiful 3800 damage. In my case, it's about 4.55 billion damage on Chaos Bonbon. So I would say that wraps up our showcase of Eviscerate, you know, level 25 Eviscerate versus Chaos Bonbon. Hopefully this short video is helpful to you in understanding how to use Eviscerate right now. and also preempt you in the future if you're a shadower to know that Eviscerate will actually be changed to a more proactive version. Which both forms are great. I love both, but obviously I'll miss the ability to be able to counter a boss mechanic in the future. My name has been Aquakazu. Just to share with you guys, this video is actually sponsored by Agersoft. They have contacted me once again, just like in the days of V-Patch, to actually make a series of videos for you guys. So this will be the first of 3 videos that I'll be making, and the next one that I'll be doing on will be Maple Union. So I'll be doing another video that will actually read through the patch notes, but that's not actually sponsored by Agersoft. That will be something that I'll be doing on my own. But this one is actually sponsored by Agersoft. Again, I'm always very upfront and transparent with my audience, so I'm just going to let you guys know. But it doesn't take away the fact that I really love MapleStory Beyond, and you can hear my perspectives and my thought processes behind why I actually do it. I don't just say, oh, Agersoft or Nexon, Korea is amazing, or I actually share with you guys logical and reasonable reasons behind why some of these skills are amazing. And let me know in the comments below what is the Beyond 5th drop skill that you enjoy. One that I really love so far right now is Soul Master / Dawn Warrior. So let me know in the comments which one do you enjoy. Name has been Aquakazu again. Apologies for my braces as always. God bless, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Take care everyone, God bless, and goodbye.